we elected someone that ran a campaign based in bigotry and based in hate. And for those 4 years, it wasn't great. In 16, I remember someone sitting in that office calling people that peacefully protested sons of bitches. And then 2020, in his last year, it wasn't about just COVID to me. It was the most divided this country had ever been.
Let's get to Ryan Clark real quick. I know I'm switching gears. Y'all probably want to hear about politics. But this Ryan Clark clip, I just don't understand. Ryan Clark made a video where he's saying that he respects Donald Trump as the president, but he don't respect him as a man. Now, he got so much backlash from the people of the melanin that he made a whole docuseries about why he don't like Donald Trump. And it's stupid. It's silly. I don't know how our brothers, what are we eating? What they feeding us? That we silly like this. This man grown. He played in the NFL. He may be in the Hall of Fame. I don't know. Ryan Clark was pretty decent of a player. He played safety like me. I was much bigger than Ryan Clark, but Ryan Clark was a good player. I think he retired with dignity. He got a podcast. How is he this silly? Roll the clip.
I had a couple of days to digest the election, and right afterwards, I put out a tweet saying that I respect President Trump as the president and his office. And there was a lot of pushback from my community on social. I voted for Kamala Harris, but it reminded me of how divisive this country had gotten, how divisive this election had gotten. When did the side that candidate won feel like they won the Super Bowl? When did they brag about it? When did they boast about it? When did they throw it in your face because it was just their guy, not our guy? Or on the other side, the sadness, the depression, people truly thinking about this not being a place that they could live. Even my oldest daughter, who was visiting my parents, indictments, there were.
So I'm gonna give him a chance to finish, but what? Like, this is an opportunity, in my opinion, for people like this to like make some sense and say, you know what? It's not all bad. It's not. You're not gonna have to move out of the country. It's like, come on, man. You're responsible for yourself. Ryan Clark claims to be a man of God. No matter who's in the presidency, God is still on the throne. I don't care who's in the office. God's still on the throne. If you're a Christian, the person that's in the office has a little impact on your life. The majority of the impact on your life is due to your relationship with God. Are you faithful? Are you sowing good seed? Are you being kind to people? Are you treating people nice? Are you working hard? Do you believe in yourself? Are you pursuing excellence? That is how your life turn around. Not because Trump in there for 4 years. I think he can create a trajectory for the country, for the good of the common man. But God is the arbiter of your success or failure, and you should know that. But being a Democrat, being black, come before God for most of these people. Roll the clip.
None of these things that are unbecoming of the office. And we elected someone that ran a campaign based in bigotry and based in hate. And for those 4 years, it wasn't great. In 16, I remember someone sitting in that office calling people that peacefully protested sons of bitches. And then 2020, in his last year, it wasn't about just COVID to me. It was the most divided this country had ever been. And then I would have people tell me, well, he pardoned Kodak. Yeah, he pardoned your favorite rappers, so he became your favorite rapper's favorite politician. Does that make us forget that 4 black boys and 1 brown boy who didn't commit a crime, he took an ad out for them to receive the death penalty. And even when they were exonerated, he doubled down on it. And what's changed in this campaign?
Hold on right there. Right now. Licking the box side here now. This guy literally said Trump ran on misogyny. And where was that at? Where did he run a misogynistic campaign? At what point? What did he say? What policy did he pursue that was misogynistic? Where? Racism, misogyny. And this was, he said, people kneeling for the national anthem, the sons of, you know what? Colin Kaepernick had pig socks on and had a murderous dictator on his shirt, Fidel Castro. That was a communist. People died under his reign. He wore a shirt like that and had pig socks depicting police officers as pigs. But Donald Trump is divisive for saying you're a son of a bee kneeling for the national anthem.
Wouldn't you love to see one of these NFL owners, when somebody disrespects our flag, to say, get that son of a bitch off the field right now, out, he's fired. He's fired.
But Colin Kaepernick can do all of this, and no, there's nothing wrong with it because he's black. What are y'all doing? I mean, I don't know how. I just don't get it. How are we so brainwashed? How can we shake this off us? And Ryan Clark is like every major successful black man that's publicly facing is like Ryan Clark. It's emotional immaturity. Like Ryan Clark sound like us when we were in high school. Man, the white man we still ain't got no freedoms. They just always taking our freedom away. They just pulled me over because I was black. It's just driving while black man. I was 18 when I thought like that. And then I put it together and say, I was speeding. I was speeding. I was wrong though. I ain't like the way he said, but I was wrong. Oh yeah, me and my brother on the freeway like this. We having fun. Cop caught us. Pulled us over. Oh, they just pulled over because we black. We tried not to get caught, but we go on the freeway like this at night. My mom was so goddamn mad at us. The white man. Come on, man. Ryan Clark playing a league full of white people. Playing a white man league. Sport made by white people. Owned by white people. All your fans are white. What are you saying? What are they talking about? What planet are you living on? Oh, man. Trump took an ad out in the paper. Central Park 5. He ain't take an ad out talking about he ordered the death penalty. Ryan Clark ain't never read nothing. He mentioned the death penalty at another situation. I mean, it was about that situation, but it wasn't in the paper. And because they had pled guilty. They pled guilty. They were found guilty. And when they went to prison, he said he hoped they get the death penalty. If they did, I know, those of us that are smart, I did a video about this. They did it. They just got off on technicalities. They did it. So I know, because I know how to read, that Donald Trump, and I read the article that he pulled out in the paper, and it had nothing to do with the Central Park 5. Didn't even mention the Central Park 5. Not one time in the ad that he pulled out. I read the whole thing, put $1,000 on it right now. That wasn't the topic of discussion. If you ever looked up the Central Park 5, 4 of them went to jail. The 5th one didn't even go to jail. Go look at it right now on the YouTube. You can go look at the interrogation interviews of all the Central Park 5. You can watch it for yourself. And you tell me were they coerced. These kids were divulging information that nobody knew but them. And they all admitted that the other person did it. That they didn't do it, but the other 3 did. And these kids said, I didn't do it, but they did. Oh, I act like I was doing it. I act like I was taking advantage of the woman, but I didn't. This girl was in a coma for like 3 months. She literally was beaten to death and taken advantage of without her consent. And they didn't even do nothing. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. And I did a video about this. The only reason that they ended up getting off, obviously because there's political pressure, but then because the evidence, when a person is in a medical emergency, they take them to the hospital, which they did to her, they got to clean her body off and make sure that she don't have any wounds or anything like that. They got to treat her medically. She was in a coma. A lot of evidence got destroyed when they were trying to take care of her and save her life. And so the evidence is not nothing there. It was inconclusive. She had DNA on her. She had DNA on her. Several different DNA samples. She had blood and skin, and skin was under their fingernails and stuff. And because it was inconclusive, because they destroyed a lot of evidence trying to save her life, they ended up getting off. And you had one guy confessed in the jail because his DNA was in a sock at the scene. The only thing they didn't clean up was that sock because it wasn't a part of her body. These kids did that. They know they did it. They know they did. They know they had something to do with it because nobody even knew the girl was out there. But they started giving spontaneous utterance to the police officer when they got arrested and said, I didn't mean to hurt the girl. I didn't even know. They like, what girl? The cops didn't know nothing about this girl. So how did they know about the girl and the cops didn't and nobody knew? Because they were there messing with the girl, put her in a coma. Anyway, Ryan Clark should be ashamed of himself. And I don't know see, you can't sit down with people like Ryan Clark, I don't think, because what happens is when you sit down with them and you inform them of the truth, they can't accept the truth. They can't. If Ryan Clark came out and said, I was wrong about Donald Trump, just the fact that he said, I accept Donald Trump as the president of the United States of America, he got backlash from all these people of the melanin. The silliest people amongst us, mad at him because he said, I respect the office of the president. Imagine if he did find out the truth. I could show him right now in the Central Park 5, Trump didn't ever pull out an ad ordering for them to get the death penalty. That didn't happen. Ryan Clark, go on there in your social media and say that part was wrong. He can't do that. Because even if you show him, even if they prove it's wrong, he can't do it.